Our destination?
Journaling challenge.
Let's go for a ride.
Welcome to Girls Trip.
Welcome.
And the start of a brand new week.
Monday.
The possibilities are endless.
Yes.
Maybe overwhelmingly so. I don't know. But we decided to give ourselves a little challenge, as we do.
As we do.
Right?
All the time.
Because we don't have enough going on. And this is something, well, actually, I don't know. I have never, intentionally journaled before.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I know.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
The closest thing that really I could do is for my master's program, I had a class where we had to write for 15 minutes a day in a journal, but it wasn't it could be anything. It could be words, it could be observations, and we had to hand it in for a grade.
Okay.
I'm still surprised.
But that was it.
If I had Lauren's handwriting,
I know. It would be all over.
I would write instead of speak.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even talk.
be
I would
mute.
I would write my answers
mute.
on something and hand it to people and say, here, this is how we're communicating from now on.
Well,
that's shocking
yeah.
to me.
I feel like I'll get into that in a little bit. But have you ever? You have?
Mm-hmm. I'm about to burp. Sorry.
Is this
So
12-year-old Rebecca?
Yeah, this is teenage old. I
yeah.
need to write about my day.
Yeah.
I am terrible at consistency though with it. I would be good for maybe. I really would like to even look back because I'm pretty sure I have a couple of them in some random box. But I want to say 1 or 2 weeks and then a month and be like, come back. Oh, forgot.
Yeah.
So I think I tried because I liked the idea of when people were like, oh, I looked back and to see kind of what I was thinking or what was going on. I thought that was kind of cool. And then I just remember journaling. I think it was more when I came back from a specific trip because I didn't want to forget kind of what happened, what was going on. But other than that, I have not journaled since. I just can't be consistent with it. It doesn't work for my brain. So,
And what about you?
Yeah, I journaled all the time as a kid and teenager. Then I got a phone. And that's pretty much when it
That
stopped.
was the end of it. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of it as journaling. I did a lot of writing, but it was more structured. I was writing poems or stories or
well, maybe
things
that's why.
that.
That's the way you went and expressed. So it wasn't oh, now I need to journal on top of it.
Yeah, I was already doing
You
that.
really did it in a way.
Yeah. But we decided to give ourselves this particular challenge because I feel like I've been seeing it a lot as a trending challenge, as a part of health challenges, especially going into this very busy season, fall, lots of holidays, lots of stress, lots of maybe family dynamics that can be emotional or, whatnot. And so I thought, let's give it a try. And I'm curious to know for any of us if we felt 5 days is not enough to make a habit out of something or maybe see results. But I feel like it's enough to say oh, I enjoyed this or I didn't enjoy it or I could see myself doing this again or not.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you felt like it did slow you down, or if you were just rushing through it because you had to check
You're
it off,
check it off the list.
The list is we have to do this. Yeah, I have lots of thoughts, but I don't know if you you kind of said,
go. So again, this is I would go the approach sometimes of just I want to check it off the list. So I didn't actually write in a book. I wrote basically in my phone because I tried. This was a very interesting week that I did it. There was a lot of ups and downs of feeling good, feeling bad, actually feeling sick and not feeling better. So I really wanted to take the approach of every day, more like a gratitude journal. I'm just going to try. It can be at the beginning of the day, whenever I think about it, but to really try to write 3 to 5 things of that day that I am thankful for in that moment. It didn't have to be groundbreaking. It could be you know what? I had no traffic today, but my mood was different or, whatever it was. I spent time just praying in the car because I have a long drive. So I was also trying to be very specific about that drive and okay, what am I listening to? What am I who am I talking to? So I think it just kind of made my brain slow down in the way of not just thinking about and bouncing off the walls about just random things. It kept me focused. And I wouldn't say it was like, oh my gosh, this was wonderful and I felt amazing. But even on like the bad days, I was like, okay, I had some, like, I can still think of good things in my life in that moment. So I think overall I could see that as being something really nice to keep up, especially if you know that you're going to be going into a season, like you're saying, of a lengthy time where you're go, or you're, going to events that maybe you don't want to go to. But if you can take a second to be like, just going to pause and I'm going to really try to reframe this for my brain. I didn't find it necessarily easy though. Like I was still like, okay, like we're here, let's try to figure this out. Like, but I think it did help my brain just like stop for a second, and really focus on it. So I wouldn't say that I would be eager to do it again, but I think it is something that's maybe important to do, whatever direction you go with writing or again, putting it in your phone, but just to keep your brain thinking about that way.
About it.
Yeah.
I had a very similar experience because I noticed this new journal app on the phone that comes with your iOS update. I was like, that's so interesting. But I never used it. But for the challenge, I was like, you know what? I'm going to use the journal app. And this is how like sick I am, I guess. I actually was actually freeing in a sense to be able to type everything in, because I'm even critical of myself in my writing. Like if it's not super legible, or if I misspell something, and I don't even like to see like the erase marks or the cross out, like
you want it to
weird
look
stuff like that gets me like annoyed. So not having to even think about that, which that's a whole nother problem in itself that we need to talk about later, or maybe we don't. But that even writing it down and like having it autocorrect or not being, there's no penmanship or anything to even think about, just straight writing it. However, I have a lot of thoughts too, I think, because I've never ever used my phone as a journal before. I've always handwritten. I actually wrote about this in my first entry of the week. I said, this is so super weird to be typing something that is truly for nobody else's eyes. Because especially in my work, everything that I'm typing and writing is always for somebody else and for someone to look at in some way, take apart, or to critique in some way, or to get information from, or to whatever. And I rarely am using my phone or anything to just write something, if ever, just for me. Yeah. And that doesn't serve any other greater purpose. It's not a to-do list. It's not it's not an article. It's nothing except just my brain loosening up a little bit and using it as like a little bit of a brain dump. So that's what I used it for 5 minutes before I fell asleep. And I still went to my phone to like scroll a little bit or find something to listen to. But something about like, it was almost like a weird, like a little bit of a release right before bed. And it helped me go to sleep. Like it helped turn something off a little bit. It was nice.
You used a brain dump.
But I didn't use it. But I've used those in the past. This other app I'm using for scheduling the day ahead. That's different, where it's productive. Like there was nothing needed that was productive about it. It was truly just this is just to wind down. A wind down. That's what it was for me. I like it. It's something that I'll probably keep doing, but especially when I feel myself not being able to wind down in bed. It's like, and I immediately go to a show or to something to watch.
You almost think you want to turn off, but maybe you have to release.
Yes. No, I think, and that's a good point too, because when you do go to a show or a book or a podcast, you're still taking in information. You're taking in, and we're constantly taking in. So sometimes I feel like our brains are just overload, right? Like data overload, like a lot of uploading coming to us all throughout the day. Like sometimes we need to download. So I think that's what I kind of used it for. It didn't even think to me to use it in the morning. Yeah. That wasn't even a thing. It was like, it was a nighttime thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I have been feeling that a lot lately, specifically with TV. It's like I'm in this weird space where I know it's signaling something to me that I'm like, I need to make an adjustment here, because I'm not feeling like oh my gosh, I'm exhausted, because I've definitely gone through periods of that where I'm like, it's 9 o'clock and I have nothing in me right now. So I'm like, I don't feel exhausted, but I feel like I don't have it in me to like get into a TV show right now.
Okay. Like you don't have the mental space.
I don't have
to
the
do
mental
that.
space.
Sure.
And there's a list of shows that I want to watch
Okay.
and that I know would be really engaging and interesting to me. But I'm like, I actually don't, but I don't want to watch it. Like I can't do that right now.
Absorb it.
I think that's the answer too. I have many friends, and you're not one of them, but I have many friends who say, why do I keep going back to the same show? I think there's a comfort to it. There's I don't need to think anymore. I'm done thinking for today, and I'm rewatching Parks and Rec again because it's nothing I need to think about. It's almost like a soothing, like it's just in the background.
Yeah,
it's something that I'm familiar with.
Which is why I brought up that idea for the girls' night in of like watching the clips, because I think that's kind of where we go. Because I don't really have a comfort show. I actually don't like rewatching shows, so that then I just feel annoyed. I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch something new. I don't want to watch something old. So I end up watching nonsense like that. But yeah, I'm like, I actually don't like this feeling that I don't know how to unwind, because that's not working for me right now. Like that is just making me feel stressed. So that was just an interesting
What about
thing that you said.
What about reading?
I guess I don't, because I'm looking for something that Miles and I are doing together to end the night.
Okay.
Which reading is obviously a independent activity. And it's, I just know that something is feeling depleted in me, because there's nothing that I feel like I want to do. Like, obviously, we could do something else. We could play a game. We could do a crossword, but I'm like, I feel like I can't really give anything, but I also need to wind down and I'm not ready to go to sleep yet, sort of thing. So anyway, that's kind of been on the back of my mind. This was a harder challenge for me than I thought. I thought this was going to be like easy peasy. I'm a writer. Like this is,
or like putting pen to paper. What was the problem?
I think because my lifelong struggle has been with productivity. Like, when is it a good thing and when does it cross the line into like a damaging thing? Because it's very hard for me to disconnect and to enjoy or relax when I'm not being productive, because I feel the weight of this is time that could be used to be productive. And so even though there was the element of like, this is pseudo productive because I'm doing it for this challenge, I struggled with like, I need a purpose in what I'm journaling.
Okay.
I can't just sit down and what am I writing about?
Yeah.
Am I just writing about my feelings? Am I writing about my day? Like, why? What is that doing for me? So I almost needed 2 weeks. I needed like a test run week to like talk this through in my brain, and then a week to actually do it once I decided on it.
Oh boy.
I was like, I'm in the car. Okay, let's just like.
I think I kept trying to like change tactics and be like, okay, at first I thought I'll just sit down and write. And then I was like,
that's not where
this feels like such a waste of time. Then I was like, okay, maybe I need to do this more like gratitude or something like that. But then I was like finding myself thinking about it throughout the day, right? Like, what am I feeling gratitude for? Like, what could I be writing? And then I'd get to the end of the day and I'd be like, why would I write this? I already thought about this today. Like, why do I need to write this down? I've already like accomplished the thinking part of it.
Yeah, keep talking. Joy's like,
Then I was like, okay, maybe to feel more purposeful and more focused, like, because I think you had mentioned possibly doing more of like a devotion or something like that. But then I was like, I don't have something that I've already picked out to like follow, you know? So then I'm like, oh, that's going to take too long to like pull something together that doesn't feel wasteful. And now I'm already only with 2 days left of this, you know, like what am I doing? So I think it felt very fragmented because I didn't feel rooted in like, this is my purpose in why I'm journaling and what it should
Yeah.
be.
Okay.
Obviously, Joy did not feel that way.
Yeah.
Joy's let me diagnose
I could see this approach though in a way, because I feel like at times I felt that with journaling. Like, what am I doing? Like, for me, it's sometimes it isn't like an unwind. I'm like, my hand hurts from writing right now.
So are you just writing about like your day, or how, like, what you've been generally feeling lately, or like what were you?
Are you going to be reading
like, were you processing while you were writing?
I was processing
Okay.
while I was writing. Oh, this is I have to do a passcode? Not now. Okay.
This is like your locked diary.
I
Joy.
also, like what you said, I also experienced an unusually up and down week.
Yeah.
Where I had some highs and lows.
Yeah.
More so than normal. And in those lows where I felt really emotional, I literally said to myself, like, should I be journaling right now? Like, is that a better way?
Is this how I should be letting this out?
Process my emotions? But then I'd be like, no, like
yeah.
I don't need to do that.
Maybe I didn't do it right.
Joy, there was no real
There was no
way.
right way to
Because
do
this
it.
specific day, I literally was for 9 hours straight. I was filming, and then I went to a 2-hour meeting, and then I had over an hour ride home at night. And this was not a day for this, so I had 30 seconds to like put something down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad I did, because I forgot that I had written this until I opened it up, but it's very short. So the journal app is cool because it lets you do a title of it. So I just wrote, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Today couldn't have started more chaotic. Riddled with anxiety, forgetting basic equipment. I forgot some stuff to go film. Forgetting basic equipment and making fundamental mistakes. Also, today was the single most humbling and honoring I've ever experienced. And then I did one more sentence about what had happened that night after my meeting. I heard praise and someone advocate for me in a way I've never heard in my life. What a difference a few hours can make. And that was it.
Joy, that was like beautiful.
So basically what Joy did was Joy pretended that she was having a sitcom about her life, and she's narrating
it,
her own sitcom.
There you go.
That is kind of how I used it a little bit. And the other ones were very similar to that.
That's very inspiring.
Yeah.
But that's not like maybe it is a brain dump, but there was like, those were well crafted.
Yeah,
sentences.
that sounded very nice.
Oh, that was not good. No, there was nothing there at the end of the day.
Well,
but
then
that wasn't
was
just like word vomit, or
yeah,
like
that didn't feel like
because
word
word vomit is usually the opposite. It's like I just said, I took 2 paragraphs to say what I could have said in 3 sentences, whereas you only needed a couple sentences, and you gave a whole picture of the day.
Like I knew exactly how the day went. Yeah.
So I don't know. Were you
gonna write a book?
thinking about it on your drive home at all?
No, was literally I can't wait, because I was on the phone with Thomas the whole ride home. I was like, I cannot wait to get in bed. And my head hit the pillow, and I went, crap! I have to do this. And that was so much on my mind, because it had just happened. And I was talking to him all night about what had happened.
Yeah.
So that was almost your dump, and now you were just kind of solidifying and just adding that final touch.
And maybe, like, again, it's not so much that... Maybe it's not so much I needed it to be productive for this challenge. I think if I had a prompt, like if I had this conversation with you, like it brought to mind, okay, I should challenge myself to, like, what lesson am I taking from each day, and that I can boil it down from, or like that would have given me a direction. I think it was the
it was too broad.
total open-endedness of it that I was like, I don't like this. Like this feels I have no anchor here. Like, I don't know.
That's valid. Yeah.
I feel pulled in too many directions of what to do.
Yeah, but like everything you just said, I can apply that to multiple different areas of your life.
That I'm a hot mess. We know.
That you feel like you're pulled
not
into many different directions.
Yeah.
That you struggle to find purpose sometimes in different areas, and how that's so important to you. And it's difficult for you to move forward unless you do find purpose in it. Like, that's nothing new. That's like something, that's who you are in a part of you. It's not all of who you are, but it's a part of who you are. So
yeah, I just almost comical of like, this is such a low stakes, like doesn't matter type of thing. And I still was like,
but it's very,
I can't get started.
But it's very personal. It's a very intimate thing. Like diary writing is very personal. It's you in a in a form of this is what you're expressing. You're expressing yourself.
Yeah.
So I think, not taking it too lightly is normal.
Yeah.
No, I think that's very
I think
valid.
that if you are like me and I were to do this again, I think I would have either somehow been given direction, whether that was each day, ask your mom, ask your sister, ask your friend, give me a prompt today, or ask ChatGPT to give you a prompt, or
that's a good idea.
have like some, and they sell entire journals where there's different prompts and stuff like that. But I think just the total open-endedness
didn't work for you.
It doesn't work.
Didn't work for me. And now I'm like kind of curious to experiment a little bit to challenge myself. Like if I had to write a poem every day, or like that gives me something to work with. And I think that's just how I am creatively. Like if you say, where some people find that harder, like take this and come up with something, like that gives me an immediate focus and I can just start like hacking away at it, versus like you can do anything you want. I'm like, there's too many options. I have too many ideas. How do I narrow this down? And then I feel a little paralyzed.
Yeah. That's, I think, really normal. A lot of people.
I feel weird, like, affirming her in this because
I guess
this is why.
Like, I want to stretch you, but
as much as I know she's right and that works for her,
I
think I'm projecting because I would hate to feel like this thing that's just for me is somehow work. Is somehow homework.
Yeah.
Because it's not, again, it's not for, but that's how
but
we're
I
so
think
different, though.
I don't think it's going to work for everyone. It's not, and it shouldn't. Because
that would stress me out.
Yeah.
It would make me more anxious.
Exactly.
Where it gives her structure, it gives me some sense of like, I'm disappointing something or someone that doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre. That's
and
so
maybe
interesting.
eventually, if this was something that I really pursued and turned into a habit, then maybe I would eventually not need a structure and be like, I'll do whatever I feel like today, whether that's write a prayer or write a poem or talk about my day. Like then I wouldn't need that.
Yeah.
But I think getting started and knowing like, oh, we're doing this for such a short amount of time. I felt like, I need to decide. And I didn't have anything to help me like figure that out. I think I also in general really struggle with consistency, like you were saying. Like
it's
which
so spotty.
frustrates me about myself so much. Like,
I think that's a common thread though. That I in the same exact way.
Like I love the idea of like giving Avery something one day that she can like read. Like, I've seen some people like parents like start an email account to like email their kid or a journal or letters or something. And I think I've like started different things, but then they've become so spotty that I'm like, this is stupid. Like what's one every 2 years? Like what am I doing?
Yeah.
Which is still probably better than nothing. But
I think that's a great idea. That's really sweet. Aww.
They do make even like journals or books. As my mom gave me one when I got married. So and she just like wrote. It had prompts in it, and it's not huge, but she just wrote about her life. Like, and this is what we used to do when we were younger as kids. Like this were the
my
movie
sister
theater we used to go to.
My sister did one for my dad when she got engaged.
Yeah.
She did a whole. Oh, you know what it was? You know the Butterfly Kisses song?
Yeah.
It was a Butterfly Kisses journal, like for a daughter and her dad. So she did like a whole journal in like a 6-month process or 7-month process, and then gave it to him.
Yeah, that way
afterwards.
it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't say like there's ways I think you can be creative with that if you're like if that's something that's really like close to you want to do. But yeah, consistency is my biggest downfall.
Yeah.
With most things, it's like I have a high and I might go for something and then it's just nothing for like months.
Exactly.
And then we go up again and then it's down again. So
But overall, do you think it was a good challenge?
Do I want to say yes? Yes. But like I think like you're saying, I'd have to do it longer for it to really feel like, I don't know, such an impact from it. But yeah, I mean, thinking and trying to have that mindset of like slowing down for a second or just like, or whatever you dumping your day into like a text just to get it out of your brain, like that all seems very healthy, but I think I just have to do it longer so it really would become something good and effective. Otherwise you're like, okay, I didn't do anything. But
I think it's an interesting conversation to have with yourself or with your friends, because I think it could lead to something. It could be like a launch pad. Just in terms of even how we talk about this idea of consistency, right? Like we get frustrated with ourselves for not being able to do something every day. And then we say, forget it. Like I just won't do it at all. But I think it depends what you're using it for. Like, let's say this idea of like having more gratitude, being more thankful and having that mindset, right? Even if you only did it, 5 days at every quarter, like just because that's not daily consistency, that would still be valuable to your life. If you look at it over a 5-year period and you're like, wow, the fact that I've reminded myself, actively reminded myself to take on this mindset 4 times a year has made me more, thankful and helped me keep things in perspective. Like then that's successful, or if you're realizing in this period of my life, maybe I only need this daily journaling thing for 3 months, but it's helping me fall asleep better. And then I'm not going to need this so much anymore. Or, if I end up writing 1 letter a year to my daughter,
it's still,
that's still going to add up over 18 years. So I think it depends on like,
your
I don't know, maybe we need to zoom out a little bit and give ourselves a little bit more grace in like what it could be a valuable tool for.
No, I think that's perfect.
Wow, such insights here. Woo!
Well, it's been a while since we've had an insightful.
It has. We've been doing a lot of funny things, so this is like bringing us, back.
Tasted a lot. A little bit. Yeah, smelled a lot of things.
Tasted. We needed a little like refresher. Well, if you've journaled, let us know. Was it successful or not? Everyone again has their unique experiences. Well, on this Monday, remember to like and subscribe. But most importantly, don't forget to enjoy the view wherever your ride takes you.